Hello and welcome. This week, feedback and follow-up on some of our more controversial stories. We'll see how the girl whose beauty they tried to steal when she was attacked with acid is coming along, and an update on the illegal trade in rhino horn. But first, earlier this year, police arrested Johan Kotze, the man now known as the Modimolle Monster. His trial started in November. It was alleged he brutally tortured his wife, then killed her son. Johan Kotze lived in this house in Modimolle, Limpopo. One afternoon in January 2012, Kotze invited his estranged wife, Ina to his house. The two had already been separated for almost a year.
The two were having I think they were going through a divorce, and he then asked her to come to meet him at his house so that he can come and get some of her things out of the house. We believe that was a trap.
And so started Ina's 2-hour ordeal. Kotze allegedly had 3 accomplices.
She was brought into a bedroom, tied up, had a mouth and everything. They were putting the sellotape on her, and she was raped by all the other 3 men. Apparently there were other items that he was using using in terms of cutting off her nipples and all those kinds. This incident was horrific.
But that wasn't the end. He then used Ina's phone to trick her son Conrad to come to the house. As Ina lay there tied up, she could do nothing but listen to her son beg the man she had once loved not to kill him. A friend later found them there.
I went to the house and I didn't see anyone. I called, no one responded. So I waited a couple of minutes and I found Conrad. He was laying there with blood.
He was dead. Police soon arrested Kotze for the murder and the 3 accomplices. In June, Kotze was sent for psychiatric evaluation. He was found fit to stand trial. He and his 3 co-accused face 17 charges, including rape, conspiracy to murder, murder and kidnapping. The trial began in November. Kotze refused to plead, so the court submitted a plea of not guilty. Ina's testimony about her ordeal was too much for her. She broke down. In his version of events, Kotze claimed his former wife was having an affair, that he never wanted to hurt her but could not control himself. He says he begged his co-accused not to hurt Bonnet. While he admitted to shooting his stepson Conrad, he claims the gun went off accidentally. Kotze will undergo further psychological tests. The trial resumes next year. And on to some good news now, this time about the victim of a cruel acid attack in Cape Town. The young woman we came to know as Susan is making excellent progress, despite the terrible wounds that disfigured her. We spoke to her last month.
At the moment, I feel okay. Like some days are difficult, some are good, but I'm getting there slowly.
But back in 2011, when we visited Susan in hospital soon after the brutal attack, she was still desperately trying to adjust to the trauma of what had happened. She found it hard to look in the mirror. Now, a year on, 5 operations later, and with time to heal, the change in her is remarkable.
Like, honestly, I love mirrors. Even before, I used to like mirrors. Each day I go on the mirror and I look at myself. I don't even say, I'm not really regretful or thinking maybe it shouldn't have happened, because it has happened. When I look at myself in the mirror, I see myself in there and I can even smile at myself.
A year ago, 2 strangers threw acid in her face while riding in a minibus taxi. She talks about how prior to the attack, she was the victim of a stalker, even reporting him to the local crime prevention unit. They warned him to stay away from her. acid is often used, experts say, in cases where lovers believe they've been scorned. The cops couldn't prove the men were guilty. The case was closed.
I just feel like there's no justice in this world, and it's him, and then it just goes away like that. And there's nothing I can do about it.
She believes her stalker still works in Cape Town, and she lives in fear.
If I have to go somewhere, I'm scared. If I have to live where I stay, I have to check before I go out whether there's somebody, maybe an ambush, and then I go wherever I go. I just feel like everyone is a suspect, or there's somebody following me.
But on the positive side, Susan's healing has been nothing short of miraculous. This is what she looked like then and now. Much of it thanks to the selfless dedication of plastic surgeon Dr. Mark van der Velde and his team, who've offered their services free of charge as long as she needs them. And she's doing well.
We've come over a rocky road, but I'm very pleased with what I see. Those devils tried to steal Susan's beauty. We're taking it back, millimetre by millimetre.
Susan's courage and determination is inspirational.
What I'm passionate about is to be able to inspire other people with my story so that they can be wary of such people or any gender-based violence. That's my passion.
She's grateful to viewers who donated money for her medical care, but she still has another 3 years of surgeries and treatment.
Now, if you wish to help Susan, those contact details at the end of the show. After the break, the president's right to privacy.